What's up, everyone? I hope you're all having a good day or night, wherever and whenever you're watching this. NASCAR's biggest race, the Daytona 500, is quickly approaching, so I thought it would be neat to look at the drivers who currently have not won the 500 and what their chances may be. Now, I'm only looking at drivers with a charter and are full-time in 2025. I'm also using stats from the super speedways that does not include Atlanta, just Daytona and Talladega. And I will go by numeric order of their 2025 car. So, number 1, Ross Chastain. He's not too bad on super speedways. He does have one win at Talladega in 2022. His chances are certainly there. Next up, Noah Gragson. His best finish at a super speedway is third at Talladega in 2024. Always a shot for sure. Next one, fan favorite, Kyle Larson. He's not very known for his great super speedway racing. His best finish is fourth at Talladega recently in 2024. Next up, arguably the best one on this list at super speedways was 7 wins between Daytona and Talladega, but no Daytona 500 for Brad Keselowski. Obviously, he is getting older and older, but I would think his chances are as good as ever, and we'll see how it happens. Next up, Justin Haley, who's actually won at Daytona, even though it was rain-shortened. He is a good plate racer. I would not be surprised to see him pull off a win in a surprise way. Next, fan favorite, Kyle Busch, obviously trying for the 20th time to win the Daytona 500. He's a decent plate racer. He only has 3 wins, and a lot of them are coming back in the day, but definitely a good shot. Next up, Chase Elliott, who has 2 super speedway wins, both at Talladega. Obviously, it would be a huge deal for the sport if Chase was able to win the Daytona 500. Next up, Ty Dillon, who's back in the Cup Series with Colleague Racing in 2025. Ty's best super speedway finish is a third at Talladega in 2020. Ryan Blaney, another great plate racer with 4 wins over Daytona and Talladega. He has certainly got a huge chance and has came very close before. Next up, AJ Allmendinger. His best plate finish is Daytona. He's finished third a few times, so certainly no slouch. Next up, Chris Buescher. Obviously, he is a pretty good plate racer. He has won the Daytona race in July, or August, I should say, in 2023. Next up, Chase Briscoe, who will be driving for Joe Gibbs in 2025. He had a third place finish at Daytona in 2022. Next up, Christopher Bell. He has finished third at the last 2 Daytona 500, so certainly in the mix with a good chance. Next up, driving for Wood Brothers in 2025, Josh Berry. His best plate finish is 16th at Talladega in 2024. Next up, Bubba Wallace, who is known to be a very good plate racer, and he has 1 win at the plate tracks coming at Talladega in 2021. Next up, Todd Gilligan, who has a 7th place finish at Talladega in 2022, certainly always in the mix. Next up, Riley Herbst, who will be driving for 2311. In his limited Cup Super Speedway experience, he has a 9th place in 2023 at Talladega. Next up, Zane Smith, who also is very limited when it comes to the Cup Series and Super Speedways, but he has a 13th finish at Daytona in 2023. Next up, back in the Cup Series for 2025, Cole Custer. His best Cup Series plate finish is 10th at Talladega in 2021. Next up, John Hunter Nemechek with Legacy Motor Club. His best Cup Series plate finish is a 7th at Daytona in 2024. His teammate, Eric Jones, has a win at Daytona in 2018 when he was driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, so definitely knows how to get it done. Next up, Tyler Reddick, who has a plate race win back last year in 2024 at Talladega, and I would not be surprised to see him in the mix. Next one up, Alex Bowman, who many people thought he may have won the Daytona 500 in 2024 with a second place finish to his teammate. Next up, Cody Ware, who is actually pretty good at Daytona, as he has a 4th place in 2024 and a 6th in 2022 on the Cup Series. Next up, Ty Gibbs. He has a 5th place finish at Daytona in 2024, and he certainly knows how to get it done in the super speedways. Next up, Ryan Preece, who will be driving for RFK, has a 3rd place finish at Talladega in 2019. We'll be interested to see how he can do. Next up, Carson Hocevar, who has not had much luck on the plate tracks in the Cup Series. His best finish, 11th, Daytona 2024. Next up, SVG. Obviously full-time for the first time in the Cup Series in 2025. His best Cup Series plate finish, 15th at Talladega last year. And lastly, Daniel Suarez. His best finish is a 7th at the Daytona in 2023. Obviously not known for his great plate race, but did win in Atlanta. So, there are my quick predictions of how each driver may or may not do, and which one will be the next one to win the Daytona 500. I don't know. I would hope maybe Brad Keselowski or Kyle Busch. I think those would be 2 great stories with a very good chance. So, thank you for watching, and have a good day or night, and let me know what you guys think.